Yeah. My come and never sleep on me. Eyes on my chain, 숙여 너의 고개를 what you looking at fool. 너의 눈 허리 멍청했고 find your comfort from another yeah. I go low like undercover yeah. Wanna know my name 죽지 않은 일은 위에 부어버려 기름 yes. You can even guess me cause I'm baby.
Hello everybody, welcome to One Drink, a podcast where we talk about one topic for one drink. I'm Matthew.
And I'm Oliver. I'm Kevin from the Angry Goat.
I'm Kim Russell with Beer Pass.
And I'm Taylor Gillespie with Beer Pass.
All right, we got a big panel here today, but it's all something that we like to do is support local businesses. So that's basically what we're going to be talking about today, the Angry Goat and Beer Pass. But why are we talking about Beer Pass? What is the special occasion?
So we are celebrating Beer Pass's 1 year anniversary this week. Which is absolutely wild.
Yeah.
It is 100% insane. Hear, hear.
Funny story. 1 year ago, the reason I linked up with Taylor was that he was walking by. I was outside at a bench, and he goes, "Hey, do you want a free beer?" And I was like, "What?" And he's like, "You want a free beer?" And I was like, "Well, yeah," but then he explained to me what Beer Pass was.
That's like the start to like a really cheesy like horror film.
Yeah,
it's like your kid is like, "Hey kid, you want a lollipop or a piece of candy?"
Yeah.
Hey man, you want a beer?
Just follow me this way.
I've been watching Dahmer, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want a free beer actually.
When I recall the events of that evening, I don't remember being so creepy. I don't remember. You were outside the cider bar, Miller's.
Yep.
And I apologize if I pronounced that incorrectly. And I think we were doing something at Nine Maidens Brewing, which is a Beer Pass partner. And so we were encouraging folks outside to step in and check out the brewery and grab a free pint. And I, if I recall, happened to be wearing an Eli Manning jersey.
Yes.
And that caught your attention.
Yeah. Giants fan.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's what happened first. I didn't approach him unprompted.
It was me.
With my trench coat, with Beer Pass flyers.
But yeah, so that 1 year went super quick. My lord.
Yeah. I feel like just yesterday we had, well, both of you guys on the show. I feel like you were just getting started with Beer Pass and had 10 or 12 or whatever, however many bars you had when we did the first show. And now,
12.
so
wow.
How many do you have now that are venues that are a part of Beer Pass?
In Western New York as a whole, because since we spoke, we actually launched Buffalo.
Nice.
So in Western New York entirely, I think we have around 100.
Nice.
There's 100 differand places you can go use Beer Pass at.
That's great.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
it's a really cool mix of places, which is what we set out to do.
Yeah.
Really cool bars and restaurants, breweries, wineries, bowling alleys, arcades. Just if you serve draft beer, you can be on Beer Pass.
That's super cool. So for everyone that either doesn't know what Beer Pass is yet or hasn't seen the first show, just give us a quick overview again of what Beer Pass is.
Yeah, do you want to take this one?
Let's hear it.
Sure. So Beer Pass is an app where you can get a free beer every day at any of our partner locations. So like Taylor mentioned, we partner with different cool restaurants and bars like the Angry Goat, breweries, cideries, we have a bowling alley, we have restaurants, we have a dog park
we have
that
a
we
dog
just
park.
signed up
Wow.
that also
With a bar.
serves.
That's cool.
That's
So,
great.
See, that's a dog park right there.
Right?
That's perfect.
And so the way it works is it's a subscription, and you get the subscription, then you can get a free beer and every day at any one of our almost 100 locations.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Yep.
and beyond that, the other half of this is developing partnerships with these small businesses and these local businesses. We promote their events. both in the app itself and on our social media. We partner with them to come in and host events that we market, you know. So it really is, we're doing two things simultaneously, where we're trying to bring in, the end goal is to bring in traffic to these local businesses. Yeah.
That's awesome. So,
And I love it.
when they first approached you, what drew you in as a business and as a restaurant to Beer Pass?
Well, I like the idea of just, giving away a free beer. It sounds like a great way to get somebody in the door, doesn't it? It has a small cost to me, but as far as reaching out in the community and stuff, we get your customers to come in here, and this is a great place. I know that they're going to fall in love with it here.
Yeah.
So they come in, they get their beer.
Absolutely.
Maybe they stay, maybe they don't. Doesn't really matter to me. I just like the exposure and get people talking about it.
Yep. For sure.
We see the numbers. They stay.
Yeah.
I see them too.
They stay.
I like it here, yeah.
We've done a few events with Tyler, and he's kind of a frequent flyer here. So, where people are talking about.
That's a really nice way to put up here all the time.
So he's engaging with our customers too, and he's saying, "Hey, check out this app." They're already a captive audience. At that point, like I said earlier, do you want a free beer, right?
Yeah, and we, in that specific scenario, the idea is that we keep them around here. We want them to come back. You know what I mean? Because we personally love this place, and so anything we can do for this place and all of our other partners.
For sure.
Yeah. If they're here, we want to bring them back. If they haven't been here, we want to bring them here for the first time.
Yeah. And that's the concept I like too. Is you have so many bars to choose from. You don't have to go to the same spot.
Yeah.
You can go to all these different local spots in Rochester and now Buffalo, all over the place, right? Pretty
But
much.
I like it too because especially like if you're in, you're in Western New York now, so you're spanning a larger area as you go along. If you're not sure, I'm in a place where I'm not too familiar with. If you're from Buffalo and you're in Rochester, and you're like, oh, where should I go? Let me check Beer Pass. You know what I mean? And like, oh, this place looks cool. This place looks cool. This place looks cool. But I like the exposure. I mean, I was in the restaurant business for 15 years. So having, like you said, just having the exposure and getting, the name of your place out there for someone to come in and try, and for the cost of a beer, if I get the opportunity to impress you with and then earn your future business, the cost of one beer is worth it all day to me.
It's cool. You think of your advertising with radio and such, and you got to think outside the box.
For sure.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yep.
Now that it's been 1 year, did you see Beer Pass being this big, this quick, or did you think it was going to take longer, or you just didn't know?
We didn't know. We were making something up.
Yeah.
Right? Like there was
Really
no precedent for this.
Yeah.
So we didn't know whether we were going to hit June and be like, well, this didn't work. Or, and now we're at a point now, which has been great, where as far as partnering with new businesses, while we always want to do that, like we've had to move that to the back burner, where that was priority from day one, because we have so many good things going on with the partnerships that we have, and we want to spend a lot of our time promoting and really working with those partnerships. So we had no idea.
Yeah.
Like we didn't know if this was, I think we're happy.
Yeah.
Like we're happy to be in that situation where bars are starting to come to us.
Oh, that's great.
And that was always a goal, right? So that's been nice. But yeah, I don't know if I can really pinpoint what our expectations were for this point.
Right. We've seen it grow organically for you guys, where somebody will use a Beer Pass, and then the customer next to them will say,
"Oh, what's
that?"
Oh, brilliant.
And then they'll find out about it, and most of the time they sign up, or at least look into it to sign up later.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's super cool when you can see it. You can literally see it growing right in front of you. You know what I mean? Especially
that is very cool.
It's really cool. We've been out a couple times at places, and we've seen someone that we don't know use it, and we're like, oh my gosh, they're using it. Like
working.
people, because you usually at events, obviously you see people that you know using it, or you meet someone and then they use it. But just to be out and then see someone use it, it's been a really cool cool thing to see over the last year.
It's rewarding.
Yeah.
for sure. So what are some of the challenges that you had in the beginning that you're proud that you overcame? Like what do you think was the hardest thing about when you started?
The hardest thing. Honestly, what I'm particularly proud of is more internal, because this is something that we were just making up from the beginning, right? Like, we had the concept of the app, and the app worked, but then it's like, how do we get it out there? How do we get people, and all of that for a long time was just running around trying to push all the right buttons, and we really were throwing everything against the wall and see what stuck. And now I think we have some organization, some order, some process to it all. And that was a big step for us. And I'm personally, as a very unorganized person, that I'm proud of the steps we've taken to have a sense of, okay, like we run these events and we talk to these people and we're showing up at these beer events and all this stuff, and now we almost have a blueprint where before we did not.
Right. And it's got to be a lot easier too, like when you approach a new place or a new business, to pitch your idea, to say, in Western New York we have over 100, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Rather than going in and saying, check out this brand new idea. And I don't know if it's going to work or not. You know what I mean? Trying to sell an idea that's brand new is tough. Especially starting out. And I imagine can be pretty discouraging if it doesn't start to go well in the beginning. So I give you guys a lot of credit for, really sticking to, and like you said, it's not like you copied like some other app. You know what I'm saying? You started something from scratch. So sticking with that through the challenges, especially in the first year, is tough. It takes a lot. It takes a lot of determination to stick to that.
I'm curious to hear what you think was the hardest thing that we overcame.
How long's the podcast? No, gosh. I mean, there's been several, but one thing that I do want to highlight, along with what you were saying, I think we've been really fortunate in having some really amazing business owners like Kevin, who saw what we were trying to do, even if we didn't always have the words in the very beginning to say it, and could see our vision and could say, yeah, we want to be a part of that. I think, I could be wrong, but I think Angry Goat was the first place that actually signed up with us.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I think
I don't know if I realized it.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I think you were.
Well, we didn't tell you day one.
Right. You'll be the idea.
Well, at the time, I think we had a handful of businesses that were interested in that we were working out with, but I think yours was the first signature on a piece of paper.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
There was about 5
It's so
others at the
fitting that we're
time
here
that
that
came
we're
together,
here today,
but I
then,
think
Yeah,
yours was the
I
first
love the
signature.
idea right off the bat. I was a little concerned with some of the legal aspects of it, especially like giving away a free beer. But
Sure.
they did a lot of their homework, talked to the people they needed to talk to.
Got
lawyers,
express
etc.
written approval from the SLA.
Yeah,
Yep.
the State Liquor Authority, and
Which is, the liquor
yeah,
authority.
you don't want to be on their backside.
man.
You want to make sure you're doing everything right with those
Absolutely.
guys.
They know how to ruin a day
Quickly.
better than any ex that I have ever dated.
They might be listening.
I don't care. I'm not in the business
The
anymore. I don't
X
care.
or the SLA?
Yes. I'm out. I'm out of the business, so I don't care. They're listening to me.
Yeah, as soon as he explained to me, the whole concept of it, that whole night, I was just like, the people I was with, we were like, he's a genius. This is going to blow up. This is great. And I mean, I thought from the beginning as well, I was like, this is a great idea for the Rochester, for Rochester and for all businesses.
Absolutely.
And I knew right away.
I remember when you first told me about it.
Yeah.
And we were filming on a Saturday, and he was like, we were talking about the current show that we were going to film. And then, we usually go over, like, if we've had any ideas, like, during the week on, what we're going to do, what topic we might want to do, if anybody's going to come onto the show. And he goes, yeah, I met this dude at this bar, and I was like, where's this going? I was like, come on, Matt, just let it out. And then, he started explaining to me that, you were a Giants fan, or that you were starting an app. And I was like, that's a great idea. Well, I was like, we need to find out, like, some more details about that. I was like, this sounds like a great idea. It's one of those ideas that you hear about it and you're like, fuck, why did I not think of that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, come on.
Yeah.
Like,
the concept I can't take credit for. That was my friend Mike Rizzer. He came up with the concept of it. And then just tapped us and said, go make this a thing. And so we did.
Yeah.
Well, making it and coming up with the idea, that's...
Yeah.
One doesn't go without the other one, so...
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, what a great idea that you guys have come through.
Yeah, thank you.
So, with the Rochester community, for both of you guys, how has the community treated your bar, the Angry Goat, and you guys as well, with just being in the community without Beer Pass?
Well, they come in on my end. They use the app, and they usually have a positive experience from my restaurant, and that's all we're trying to do at the end of the day is make sure people come in and have a good time. They feel like they're getting value for the money that they're spending, especially now. That's really important.
And you guys been open for a while now, right?
Yeah, we're on 8 years now.
Okay.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Wonderful.
So we've talked a little bit about Beer Pass. So, but tell us a little bit about you and about the Angry Goat, since you were number one on the sign-up sheet for Beer Pass.
Well, the Angry Goat pub here is we ultra rotate our draft beers. It's hyper rotating draft lines, so it's always what are we pouring right now? We have 8 draft lines. One of them's always a blue light, so we can have like a pitcher special for our kickball teams and our dart teams. But then 7 lines I basically get to play with, and we have what's on draft now, and then we have what's on draft coming up. So when I'm shopping for beer, I'm always looking for, what can I give people in style, and what can I give them a variety of price and style of beers, and try to change it up often so that every time you come in here, it's going to be a little bit of a different experience.
Yeah, I like that. I like that you put like what's coming next as well. Because there's a lot of times when you go to a lot of places that you don't. It's like one kicks and you're like, what's, and then you're like, oh, cool. If you already know what's coming up, you're like, oh, sweet. One of these is going to be on. That's cool. Yeah. And a lot of the times, you go to a place and a beer will kick that you wanted, and you're like, oh, what else? What's going on after it? And the bartender's like, I don't know.
Right.
I'll tell you in a minute.
Yeah.
It's like, it'd be cool if I knew now.
Yeah.
So I like that you have, the
and
upcoming.
that's never, and I've been coming, as he lovingly pointed out, I've been coming here a while, and that's never been the case here. Like, everyone who works here knows what's happening all the time, which is a really good, and that's the whole idea, right? If like we bring them in the door and you show them that good experience, everyone knows what they're doing and knows what's going on. They know their job. Place is awesome to hang out in. There's always something going on. Then the whole thing works.
Yeah. Correct me if I'm not mistaken here. This sometimes serves as a karaoke stage. Correct?
This is our karaoke.
This is a karaoke stage.
On Sundays.
What are you suggesting?
I'm not suggesting that I've been here before. I just had like a weird deja vu moment, and I was like, oh, I'm pretty sure I sang karaoke up here at some point.
Yeah.
Yep.
We also mentioned that we were gonna come here and sing karaoke.
Did we?
For a show and film it.
How many drinks did we have?
That's a great
Oh,
idea.
that would be great.
How many shows did we film that day?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Oh man.
We'll plan it out ahead of time. We'll have Beer Pass promote the hell out of it, and we'll do a big old karaoke. Because it's Sunday nights,
one-
There
right?
have to be
One
2
song.
free beers for karaoke night.
We'll just call that special show one song.
Tonight only, Beer Pass gets you a beer and a shot.
Right.
As long as you sign up to sing.
Oh
introducing Shot Pass.
Oh yeah.
I don't think that would.
Now I hope the SLA's not listening.
You definitely wouldn't get approved on that one.
Probably not.
absolutely.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
But speaking of beer pass users, I think one just walked in, so it's working. They're out in the wild.
They are.
They're out in the wild.
Yeah.
Love to see a good idea grow and blossom.
One thing though is Oliver and I would like to thank you for coming on the show and also sharing our show as well. You share all your stuff on social media just because I think it's a great thing that you're doing, and thank you for inviting us here to the Angry Goat to do a show here. These are what we want to do more of. These are more fun to be out. You know what it's like to be out and about with the people. And,
it was interesting because we always had this idea that we like going to local businesses and we like talking to people that have local businesses or that have startup ideas and that to spotlight what people do in the local community. But when we started this show, it was March 28th, 2020. It's like D-Day.
Yeah.
Nearly, essentially D-Day. You know what I mean? It was like the beginning of March is when it hit, and then he brought up this stupid old idea that we had from years and years before at the restaurant that I used to work at that he frequented often. Frequent flyer.
Frequent flyer.
That's it. Yeah. And he was a frequent flyer at. And he was like, dude, I was talking to somebody about starting a podcast, and I looked at him, I was like, I'm in. I think I yelled it to him over the bar. I was like, dude, podcast, I'm in.
Yeah.
And then years later, he hit me up and he was like, I saw that he filmed a little test thing on his couch with his roommate.
Nice. Got to start something.
And I was like, dude, are you starting the podcast? He was like, yeah. I was like, I'm in. I'm in. And then a month later, we did our first show.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Terrible.
And we just our main thing is to support local businesses.
Yeah.
Once you're on the show, we promote you for a week. We promote him all the time. If I remember to share quickly when I have time, I try to share as much stuff as I can to help out anybody in the Rochester area.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool for us to do these now because that was always our idea in the beginning, but with COVID it was we couldn't. We shouldn't even really been at each other's house, but whatever.
You were each other's bubble mates.
Sitting right next to each other. Yeah. Screw it. Yeah, and then neither one of us got it that whole entire time, and then he got it a month ago.
I did. I survived though.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely thank you guys for having us.
Yeah.
Having us be a part of this 1 year anniversary.
Yeah, it's fun. We've got a whole week of stuff planned.
What do you got planned? Let's hear it.
So, we're hanging out here tonight and doing this. Tomorrow, we've come up with a really fun bar game that we've been doing more and more frequently. It's called Name That Tune Bingo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's a kind of a combination of two fun things. It's an absolute blast. We've curated these themed playlists, and we generate bingo boards with song titles on them, and they're all randomized, and we hand them out to everyone playing, and then I play about 15 to 20 seconds of a song from the playlist. And so, identify song, mark off song, play bingo.
Nice.
And it's a lot of fun.
Cool.
And we do anything from karaoke favorites
Sunday nights,
to 90s music to all Beatles. We even have a TV show theme song.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, or a classic rock one, a boy band one. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. Divas. It's something new, divas, something fresh. It combines a couple things that people dig. So and of course, it's a nice, easy event in our pocket that just people are loving and we can bust out when we want to. And actually, interestingly enough, it tends to turn into a karaoke party afterwards. So to bring it all back. So so we're doing that tomorrow night at Stone's Countryside Tavern. Wednesday night we have a Halloween themed pub quiz.
Okay.
We're doing that at Noble Shepherd Craft Brewing.
Where's that?
That's down in like Bristol, Bloomfield.
Okay.
Great place, great beer, really cool space. It's if you know where Wizard of Clay is, it's right next door.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
On Thursday, we're doing another one of our series of NFL watch parties. This time at Axes and Ales, so we're going to watch football and throw axes for the Thursday night game.
I've been there for a couple birthday parties. It's a pretty cool.
So fun.
That's
a pretty cool experience.
That's going to be a lot of fun. That's at about 7:30. The other two events are 7. And on Friday, our good friends over at Red Wine and Brew are hosting a local free tasting event with local wine and spirits and I think maybe some chocolates or food and an oracle reading. And we're going to have you back.
Yeah!
Nice.
What a way to end the week.
And that'll bookend our week. And the 28th is actually the day.
That's the day? The
number
one day?
Yeah.
Nice.
The BP day.
So is that from when is that day like the day you officially launched Beer Pass?
That's the day we put on social media, like, hey, we're running now.
Here we are. Okay.
Yeah, we did like a testing phase before then. We had people out and about using it, but that was the day we said,
right.
Yeah,
this is go live.
Here we go.
Here we go. Right. Cross your fingers.
Yeah.
Nice.
So the 28th
awesome.
will be a lot of fun.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, all these events that are going on, all these different places sounds like a really cool week and a really cool way to celebrate a year. So and I like that you're spreading it out amongst it's 5 days of events at 5 of your partner bars. So I think that's a cool way to do it rather than just doing like one thing at one place. You know what I mean? You spread yourself out to 5 different places.
I couldn't agree more. Yeah, I think that's when we were looking at kind of how do we want to celebrate our 1 year. Well, most people would have like a birthday party.
Right.
Not us.
No, not Beer Pass.
We just had too many people we wanted to partner with, and we wanted to really be able to give back to a lot of the business owners that have given us so much and given us their trust.
That's great.
And be able to really highlight all of the awesome things that we do. And so having a football watch party at a place where you can throw axes and having it at a brewery and having it at a cool local restaurant bar establishment like the Angry Goat, and then having it at a really cool New York State focused Red, White, and Brew. Like we really tried to feature so many different places and so many different events that we do and that we host, and so it's going to be a busy week, but it's going to be really fun.
Yeah, I like it because it's something for everybody. Because breweries aren't for everybody, and pubs aren't for. I'm a pub guy. I've been here a bunch. In the past,
Frequent flyer.
I've always had a good time here. Unfortunately, I live in Henrietta. You know what I mean? So it's kind of a little bit of a hike for me.
We've got some stuff coming up in Henrietta.
Yeah?
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
We're doing a Name That Tune bingo at Blue Toad Cider
Oh, okay.
on a date.
I think we're still confirming
Yeah,
that.
possibly the 8th of November.
Nice.
Yeah, that's one I want to check out too.
I might have to check that out.
Right
Yeah, for sure.
near my house.
Yeah.
So I could.
Yeah, it's literally
I could walk
it's
there.
right in between. It's right in between the both of us.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Perfect.
But yeah, so I like the idea of it. I like the concept of it. I like how you guys just spread it all around so that there's. A little bit of
and let's
something
be
for
honest.
everybody.
You guys could do a month-long birthday celebration if you wanted to.
Year 2, next year. Next year we'll do that. All of October.
Month-long bar crawl.
Right, there you go.
And everyone gets a unicycle.
Why not?
And some
one of those-
Tylenol.
We're trying to promote
One of those
to
little
get a
flashy
free beer
lights.
every day, so I mean,
That's right, a bar a day.
big party.
Yeah,
Maybe
absolutely.
start a checklist so that people that can.
Yeah,
Sponsored by
absolutely.
Gatorade and Advil.
That'd be great.
Yeah,
But
and
is there anything else that either of you guys would like to say about your own respective businesses while we have everybody's attention?
I mean, I just really appreciate both of you, Matthew and
Yes.
Oliver, and all that you do for the Rochester community and highlighting so many different areas and cool people and cool things that really kind of drawing attention to that. So I just thank both of you for all that you guys do and your willingness to come out to Angry Goat with us and do this live and kind of hang out.
She makes us sound so cool.
I try. But
pretty
you
cool.
paid me well
I'm
for
relishing
that.
in the moment right now. I'm like, oh
No, still recording. You
yeah.
can't tell my
Oh,
paid you.
sorry. Yeah, no.
We've got to edit that out. She said that I paid her. You got to edit, chop that part
And I
out.
said it all on my own will.
It really is wonderful that, I mean, how you guys want nothing more than support all the local businesses,
Yeah.
and it really shows, and I think that's just so cool and incredible, and all you ask in return is to just hang out and have a good time.
That's
and
it.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
And I want to thank Kevin and the Angry Goat because like
Sure.
it was actually I'll never told anyone this. But I always remember
I'm
when
nervous.
the day we spoke to him, we were sitting at the bar over here, and we talked it over, and the conversation took about 8 minutes, and you're like, this sounds awesome, boom, 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 and then you didn't notice, but she and I looked at each other and went,
Here we go.
because we had ink on paper, and it was
Yeah.
and it was moving, and ever since then we've done happy hours here, we've done the football watch party here, and this has been like a home away from home for Beer Pass. So
That's
this
awesome.
is awesome.
That's
thank
super cool.
You're welcome. It's been great, and the partnerships here. And I think the hospitality industry is, you gotta all work together. I'm working
Yeah.
with people like you. We're getting exposure with you two, and it just seems like everybody has the same goal of trying to let people let loose from
Oh, yeah.
the day-to-day grind and have
Yeah.
some fun, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's the goal at the end of the day. And, we're all trying to provide the same thing, just in
Yeah,
a little different
absolutely.
ways.
And that's the one thing I love about the Rochester community is all the small businesses and all anything small business wise, they all support each other one
Yeah.
way or another.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Regardless if it's a share on Facebook or go visit the bar or there's this huge supportive community for the Rochester area that is, I don't travel much. I don't see it in others. Maybe you do in Buffalo or something, but it's super strong here.
Yeah.
The local support for all businesses.
Yeah, it's the perfect size for that.
Yeah.
Because a city gets too big and you lose that.
Yep.
A city isn't big enough, and it's just not
There's just
voluptuous
not
enough to
enough.
do it, right? So I think Rochester really benefits from that.
Yeah, for sure.
And an interesting little tidbit to illustrate that point is so we partner also with Abandoned Brewing down in Penyan, whose owner AJ plays bass here on this stage every Tuesday night.
At Abandoned?
Every Tuesday.
Abandoned Brew?
Yeah.
So we did at Quimby's, we did a beer dinner. Our first beer dinner was with
Quimby's.
The pour one for the homies.
That would have been a beer pass place. That would have been.
Or-
But yeah, so we started. We introduced beer dinners into the place, and Abandon was the first place that we did, the first brewery that we did a beer dinner with. Yeah, so I love Abandon. Such a cool place.
Their 9th anniversary party's coming up on
Oh,
November
boy.
5th.
Yes, we'll be there.
Here we
So
go.
you should as well.
For sure. Well, when we have our 3rd birthday party, because it'll finally be a time without COVID
Where we can do
we can
something.
actually celebrate
Yeah.
our one drink. Maybe we'll have it here at the Angry Goat.
We
with
have
a
to.
There you go.
Special guest.
course. We have
Beer
to.
pass. Well, you'll already be
You've got
here, though,
you've
right?
got a stage and a table.
Right.
Yes, I will just happen to be here. See you guys
I was
walk in and go,
almost
oh, is that now?
Yeah, hey, you're early.
Yeah, yep, yeah.
Oh yeah! I just wanted to get some stuff set up.
Yeah.
Get the cards out of my car.
Yeah.
Yeah, just making sure,
Exactly.
Bring some cards.
I'm
making
gonna
sure
win.
the beer worked.
Just checking the temperature. It's fine.
love it.
Quality
I think,
control.
I think a second beer pass user walked in.
There
too.
you go.
Wild.
Perfect. Look at that.
In the wild.
In the wild.
We should all. We're all just like this.
Wow. Look at them all.
Yeah. Maybe if they're nice, they'll grant interviews.
There you go. All right, but anyways,
Yes.
guys, thank you, Beer Pass. Congratulations on year 1.
Thank
Yep.
you so
Thank you,
much.
Angry Goat, for being a gracious
so
host
much.
here today. Matt and I will certainly be back,
Oh, of course.
probably for karaoke at some point.
Oh boy.
We'll talk ourselves into it one day.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So that
Yeah.
should be interesting.
Sunday nights, right? Karaoke
Sunday
Sunday
night,
nights.
yep.
Yeah.
So I will take Monday off of work
Definitely. We'll also take Monday off
just in
of work.
case,
Right.
you know.
Just in case. Just
Good
in case we're tired from
idea.
singing
I
so
mean,
much, right?
yeah,
Right.
just- I mean,
Yeah.
Good idea.
The energy level will be quite high.
Go
Quite high.
TikTok famous, you know.
Just
you
yeah,
never know.
Right, you
you want
never
to
know. You
give
need to
yourself some
plan.
room.
For sure. But we will definitely have all of your guys' information in the description down below,
Oh,
as
for
well as all of the Angry Goats information
Yeah.
in the description down below. Don't forget you can check our Facebook page for information and for promos for Beer Pass and for the Angry Goat. You can find all these videos and more both at our YouTube and Facebook channels at One Drink Podcast. Yep. Yeah. So from all of us here at the Angry Goat with Beer Pass, happy anniversary.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank
Yay.
you.
I drink to that.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you. Thanks
Catch
so
you guys
much.
on the next one. Cheers.
See you.